Hi, thanks for joining me today. It's Patty from PS Paper Crafts, and I want to show you how to make this card. We're going to use different paper. Unfortunately, this paper is not available right now. It's just beautiful. It's the Peaceful Place Designer Series paper, and I thought it was perfect, this print, for this card. So if you have it, you can make this. But if you don't have it, we're going to do a different paper today. And I used this tailored tag punch and punched all these pieces out to make this. And a lot of people have done this. It's not my my idea, but I love it. So you just leave a little space. So for today's card, I decided to use this paper, the Pool Party. This is from the Sweet Stockings. You could use these stars. I think anything with a small pattern would work well. The stripes might get a little busy. This might be busy, but I decided I would use this, and actually you could probably get away with the other side as well. These are the lights. They won't match up, you know, exactly, but you can give it a try. So all I did was punch out a whole bunch of these pieces. So I've already done that so that you don't have to watch me labor through that. So I'm using Pool Party as my card base. And then I have this piece here that I'll attach everything to. And then I have some layering circles, and these are all of the pieces. So what we'll do is we'll just glue them down and put them in order. But again, if you wanted to do this side, you could do that as well. You know, so see, the lights won't line up, so I don't know if that would bother you or not. But I don't think it matters. But I really wanted to use the snowman and make it kind of like a plain background. So let's get started. I've already punched all these pieces out, and if we run out, I'll punch out some more. So you just punch them and cut it, and punch them and cut it, and very simple to do. The punch, this is a great punch, so it locks, so you can just have it sit, and then when you go to use it, you just unlock it. Okay, so let us get started here. And I am going to use my silicone mat and some liquid glue. And I will be going off the side, so I don't want to get glue all over the place. So the silicone mat is the way to go. And I'm going to start, you could start with your centerpiece if you wanted it. I really started with the top, which I see here became my bottom, but it doesn't matter. So I'll just put some glue, and I'll probably speed this up a little bit so you don't have to watch this whole thing. But basically, I'm just going to try to get it centered. And with the liquid glue, it gives you that time to make sure it's nice and centered and even. And all you're doing is gluing each piece down, and you're kind of putting a puzzle together. So you want a little bit of white, and I want to line up this tip somewhat, a little bit of white between, and you want to try to keep that as close as you want, you know, as close as you can get to even across the whole card. You don't want big gaps and then little gaps, and then it might not line up so well and it won't look as well. So see, just kind of move it around, and then you're going to cut off these end pieces, and I'm just going to work my way down. So there's a lot of things that are going on. They're not actually doing a back order anymore. You know, everybody in all industries is having this problem with supply chain and logistics and all that good stuff. So Stampin' Up! Is not going to show things on back order. They'll just be unorderable until they get back in stock. So when you go to order something, you might notice a change there. They're doing the best they can. I think like every company is. It's just hard times right now. It's weird, the things that you can't get when you go to the food store. What was I looking for the other day? Oh, I was looking for a gravy, roast beef gravy. I don't know how to make gravy, I will admit it. So I usually buy the jarred gravy, and they had turkey, they had pork, they had, I don't know if they had chicken, but they didn't have roast beef. And I thought, wow, I mean, just completely empty shelf. Boy, I need to get some new glue. I think I had this problem on my last video. I just keep putting them back thinking I'm going to get back to them and find out if they're empty or not. So let's try this one. There we go. I have a ton in my drawer, but I like to use them all up first. So anyway, so the other thing is that the clearance rack has been updated. They updated that yesterday, I think December 2nd or December 1st, I don't know. So if you wanted anything, there's some really good buys out there. So you can go to my blog, pspapercrafts.com, and you can click onto my online store from there if you don't have a demonstrator and you wanted to shop with me. I would love that. So the other thing is, there's lots going on. There's the last chance products. So when we're getting ready to retire a catalog, they come out with a list of things that are, some of them are on sale, but it's what's retiring. So it's from the latest mini catalog, the one that we got in the fall. What's retiring, what's carrying over, and sometimes it'll show that the bundle's retiring, and it's really that the bundle price is retiring, not the product itself. So I think there's asterisks that identify those. Okay, so let's get this cut, and then we can move on to the next. So see, it's good that I have my silicone mat. So let me get my scissors out. And we're just going to cut from the back. And some of these pieces you'll be able to use again. Actually, probably not any of these. I think the next round, when we fill in, we'll be able to use some of them for 2 places. So you're just going to cut them off. And when you see the back, it looks pretty, doesn't it? I think this paper is very pretty. I love its pool party, so I love that color, and it's good for Christmas, and I thought it would be good for these little snowmen. So I'll show you the stamp set that I'm using, one of my favorites, and this is a carryover from previous catalogs. I'm glad they kept it. It's just so cute. Let's see. So the other thing is I did get my new catalog. So January 3rd is the launch of our next mini, and that comes with Celebration, where if you buy 50 or 100 in product, you get free Celebration items. It's always exciting, and they did it 2 times this year. They usually just do it in the January, kind of February time frame, but they had one in July as well. So lots of good stuff. As I ramble on, let's fill in. So we need to fill in these pieces. And I'm just going to put glue on one side. We'll do these first. I see there's a lot of glue gathering here. So we'll just put it on over here. And then I'm going to snip it, and I'll use it for the other side. But isn't that coming together nice? I think it's pretty. So we'll just snip this here, and this is kind of a big piece, so we can get it. I feel like I didn't snip it close enough. Let's go right here. I don't know if you could see me, but okay. And then we'll do this one on this side, and we'll put it right here. And hopefully we'll have enough pieces. I think I cut enough pieces. If not, we'll just punch out another one. So we'll just go like this, cut this one out. There we go. Yeah, we had our Stampin' Up! Convention, and it was online. Used to be in person, but the last 2 years, you know, because of COVID, it's been online, and I missed it. I was driving to New York, and I pretty much missed it, but luckily, they saved the sessions so we can see them, replays of them. So I've been trying to catch up and watch them. And there's some, you know, a lot of times when I look at catalogs, I'm like, oh, it's okay. You know, I don't know if I like the stamps, or if I'm gonna really use them, and then I see them demonstrated and I'm like, oh boy, yep, I gotta have that one. So I've been making out my wish list, and actually we can pre-order. I haven't done that yet because I really need to sit down and figure out what I want. I just got back from New York, so I've been very busy unpacking and catching up and doing all kinds of things. So I need to sit down and really look at the catalog. I feel like I missed the whole thing, but that's okay because I had a great time in New York with my kids and my grandkids, so well worth it. So it's coming together, only a little bit left, and it's just good to cut from the back because you can really see the line of where you want to cut. So maybe 2 more little pieces here. So we'll do this. I'll just put some, actually I'm going to put it on here. I don't want to go to the edge because I don't want to cover up the white area, but this way I won't have too much glue on the back. And see, you can just move it a little bit. Okay, this is a small piece here. So we'll just cut it straight up, and then we'll use that other side. And now my scissors are getting all full of glue. I'll have to clean them after this. So there we go. Let's just snip that off. And then this piece, we'll do the same thing. So just put a little bit of glue here, but it's very easy to do. You know, it comes together pretty easy, and I think it has a pretty cool look. I like this pattern. Oops. And it's okay if it's not exactly even. Do the best you can. I don't think anybody's going to get out a ruler and measure it, so don't worry about that. And then you want to go just straight down, and then we'll go straight across. And then we're done with this part of it. There we go. Pretty easy. So now I'm going to just take this away, get rid of my scissors, and I'm trying to decide whether I want this. So this one I put on white. I think this one I'm going to use I'm kind of figuring it out as we go. Just a piece a tad bigger. So, and it's very sticky on the back. So it kind of lines up with it. So this layer is your normal 5 1/4 by 4, and then I went 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, just to give us this little bit of white rim around it and still have room for it to go on the card. Now the other thing is we want to put some ribbon. So I'm using the same ribbon. You can use the pool party ribbon, but I thought that might be like way too much pool party. So let's just cut this. This is this really pretty glittered organdy ribbon. And let me just cut it real quick, and I'll show you if you can see it. There's little sparkles in it. So it's a white sheer with little sparkles in it. We want to put them toward the top. Which way do I want to go? So this one I had this way. I kind of like it that way. So let's get our Scotch tape out. And we'll just take a couple of pieces of Scotch tape. Just want to make sure we're recording here and you're in my vision. I think that looks good. I don't want to go too low with the circle because I want to put the sentiment down at the bottom as well. So I want to leave room for that. And if you want to put the ribbon on before you put it on this white layer, you can do that as well. Doesn't matter. And then we can put this down. And make sure it's opening the right way. And it's pretty sheer ribbon, but it does add some like glitz to it. And I thought that was good because of the snowman. So the snowman I'm using is from this Snowman Season Set. I love this. There's actually a punch that punches this guy out in the hat, and I think the arms. But we're just going to stamp it right on this circle. And I've already cut the circle. I'm using the, where are they? The layering circle. I think I used the 4th from the smallest and then the 5th from the smallest of these. I love these dies. They're really great. So I just want to get a scrap of paper so that I, because the snowman is actually bigger than this circle. I didn't want a big, huge circle. I wanted a circle that I could stamp the snowman on. Now let me get my, I guess I don't have my ink, my Memento ink. So we have our snowman, and again, I didn't want to do, you can do a bigger circle if you want. I just stamped him so that I got his feet in and the snowflakes, and I didn't really care about the bottom part. Okay, very cute. And on this one, you know, I basically did the same thing, only I colored the snow in the light balmy blue. And then on the inside, this is light balmy blue. But I'm going to stick with the pool party. So I'll do the snow in the light pool party. And I just figured it would give it a little bit of color. I'll do back down here, a little bit here, the buttons. You can color them more if you wanted, but I just thought I would give it a little bit of color. Snow. And then I did the carrot. This is dark pumpkin pie. This is perfect for carrots. I found it to be just the right color. So we can just do that. Oh, and let me just do this little snow pile here. And you can color down there if you want. I'm just going to leave it. And then let's put this right on the circle. So the circle, of course, is pool party cardstock. And if you want to add some other colors, feel free to do that. I'm keeping it kind of pool party and just this little tiny bit of orange there. So this can go here. And then I'll do the Merry Christmas. So this is 3/4 of a strip of cardstock, and you can do this in the pool party if you want. I think I'm going to stick with the black just to set it off a little bit. And we'll just stamp it on here. I love the photopolymer. You can make sure everything's nice and straight where you want it. And then what I did, I wanted to get the edges to look like these a little bit. So all I did, and you don't have to do this, was I poked it in here. Try to get it straight. And then we'll cut this. And we'll poke this side in. So you're just feeding it through. You don't want to feed the whole thing through because you'll cut the whole thing. I just thought it would kind of go along with the look. What do you think? Okay, and let's put these down with some dimensionals. I'm running low on my dimensionals here, but that's okay. I'm running low on everything, but we can use these very easily. Just cut up those edges, and they'll just use every part of your dimensionals. That's my tip. So we'll put that there, and then I'm actually going to cut a long strip of these right to there. And this is easy because you get the one strip. Oops, not coming up. There we go. One long strip, and you just have to take off one long strip of backing. Isn't that cute? And then we have to do our bow. And I find this ribbon, it's a little rough for bows. It's it's not like satiny. It's very pretty, but it's not as smooth. So sometimes I have a hard time with doing this. Okay, that is good. Let's just do the ends. Am I doing it this way? Sometimes I don't know which way to do it. It seems a little big to me. So you just fuss with it a little bit till you get it the way you want it and the size you want it. I think that's good. So let's get a glue dot and we'll put this on, and then we'll just do the inside. And the inside was pretty easy. And there's sparkles everywhere. So isn't that cute? And you could put some Wink of Stella on too. I think that would be nice. So on the inside, let's get an inside layer. I am just going to stamp the inside sentiment, hoping this season builds heartwarming memories. And I think I put that away. So let me mount it quickly. I was cleaning up before, and I don't know why I thought I was going to use a different stamp set. That's what it was. I knew this paper was no good, and I was like, oh, let me see. I thought I might use the Sweet Stockings, and then I decided that this paper would be perfect for, do I want to do it in, I did, okay. I thought it would be perfect for the snowman. So we'll do this, and then we'll do this big snowman. Let's do it this way. He's too big for that pad. And we'll color him in a little bit. Him or her. I always call everything him. It's probably not the right thing to do, but there we go. And then what we can do is color again the snow, and I'm using the thin. We'll just do like a little dot, dot, dot. And then I'm going to do the scarf, and I'll do the light and the dark. That's what I did with the balmy blue. So I might do a couple of layers of the dark. This is very skinny. Trying to see what I'm doing here. I feel like the sun is already going down. So that's the light. Oh, and let's do this little bit. Little snow piles here. And we'll do the little carrot nose. I still have glue out. I've got 3 bottles of glue with no tops on. All right, and let's do the dark pool party. And we'll do these other lines. Whoops, I want to do the other. It's too small for the flare. I want to do this like bullet end. So it's just a light and a dark color. And we'll do this hat. I think I want to do the top of his hat in the lighter color. So let's go back to the light pool party, and then we're done. Just to do this part. Pretty, right? And I love the nose just popping out there. Okay, so now we want to put this on, and I am going to use my Stamp and Seal. I like to use the Stamp and Seal on the inside layer. Liquid glue on all the other pieces, but I like to do the inside layer with this. Just my preference. Okay, so aren't they cute? You could do birthday cards, you could do whatever you want. I would just stick with, you know, a small pattern, and sometimes it's hard to use a small pattern, so this is a great way to use it. And just, you know, do whatever colors and theme or whatever you want. All right, thanks a lot for joining. Take care.